Inhaling and exhaling and just trying to ground through the feet. Those distractions will happen throughout our day. Those things we don't expect. We're just going to keep our cool and answer the question, how would I react out of love for myself? That tends to keep things calm. So looking over one shoulder now, aim to turn with the side of your head as opposed to the chin. That way we're not sticking the chin out. Coming back to center, changing sides. Excellent. I'm going to tuck my chin in now. I'm going to draw back. Although you're trying to, as though you're trying to close your throat up, really. And releasing. And then lengthening the chin up, just tilting the head back, trying to stretch the throat. Good, really pull. And then we're going to do that again one more round from the beginning. So looking over one side, turning with the side of the head. And back. Other side, side of the neck, good. Relax the shoulder down on the opposite side, coming back, tucking the chin, really curl in the neck first. So imagine lengthening the back of the neck up and then tuck. What a difference that makes. And then lengthening up the other way, long throat, pulling the hands towards the floor. Good. Now, hands to center of the body. We're going to go through our standing rotation here. So I'm going to start by taking a light twist. One way, exhale back to center and then change. And we are going to build on this one. Explore our rotations a little bit more. So we're going to do 4 of these simple twists and then move into a longer lever position. So thinking about the spine to start off our session. And similar on Wednesday we will be as well. Exhale to twist. It's hard to breathe in while you rotate. Good. Keep lengthening up through the shoulders. Other side. And this time as you come through, we're twisting through the center and you're going to open and reach through the arms. Nice and long. Try to open the chest. Back to center. Back through. So prayer arms, open chest, fully reach, back to prayer, back to center. 4 on each side. Rotate, lengthen the arms, back to center, and round. Revolve, reach, center, and come back. Excellent. This is round 3. A nice peaceful way to start the week. We are thinking proactively about ourselves and about our health as opposed to reactively. We're not going, oh shit, I should probably make some changes so I can have a little bit less stress in my life. We're actually getting ahead of that. What a difference it makes. Good reach. Back. Center. Changing sides for the last time. Good, and we all know this one, our full body roll-ups and roll-downs. Let's start with the mountain. Reach and lengthen, squeeze your bum. Make sure you're not overextending through the ribcage. It should come from the length of the body. And then diving, curling the chin, just like we practiced in the beginning. And imagine someone's pressing in your body bit by bit. Float your weight over and rolling back up the other way, nice and slowly, gliding up. As slow as you can. Good, full return to mountain. 5 reps here. What a nice and bright way to begin the day. Tucking in. Notice clunks, clicks, where are they coming from? And back up again. So standing mobility, a nice difference for us today. And if you quite enjoy this one, do come on Wednesday. You can even invite some friends along as well. And lifting rising. Rolling up the body. everyone will be at a different pace here. You might do a certain number of them that's different to the rest of us. Someone's plucking up your spine one at a time. I can't help myself here. My eyes just close down. You probably find that at some point you do the same. Good, last one here. Squeeze the bum, draping forward, tuck chin. You might find yourself wanting to sway at the bottom or noticing that the outsides of your feet, insides are lifting. Pay close attention. And all the way up to the top. From here, flexing and extending in our kind of prisoner-esque pose, thinking chest and shoulder stretch. So inhale, pull the elbows apart, and then tucking in. Inhale, open. Tucking in 4 of these, and then we're going to evolve with this. We're going to progress with it. So on the next rep, we're opening the shoulders and arms as well. So open chest, arms up and out, back in, and then closing up. Open, up and out, stretch and reach, back in, and here, coming close again. So the key is not to let your neck extend as your arms extend. Keep it tucked back, keep your throat tucked in. It's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Keep your throat tucked in. Put that throat back where it should be. Excellent, lovely. So moving through a little bit more shoulder work now. I know it can be quite heavy and it will start to feel that way, but just take it as it comes. Take a bind behind with the hinds, pull down, slide up, open, and full rotation. We're going to bring the hands back through center just to relax the body, and then rebind at the bottom. Pull the shoulders down, chest and shoulders we're thinking here. Slide the fists up. Good, it's quite hard to keep an open chest with that, I know. Fists to the side, open and revolve, and then counter around. Check in, you're not flaring the rib cage again, especially if you were a woman. You oh, sorry, I'm changing my own flow now. Take hands behind. That's the one I usually do. I've changed it this morning. So hands up, out, and turning, and then back down the center line. Exhale. A little bit more peace with this one this morning. So pull the fist down. We've got 3 reps to go. Sliding up, opening up as high as you can, revolving. Exhale. 2 to go. Bind the hands, chest opens. Keep the chest open as the hands rise up, elbows out, wrists out. Full rotation. See if you can keep the arms at the side at the same height as the body. And one more time. Bind, open, rise, reach. Good. Take a look. Are my arms at the same level as my body? And exhale to come on down. Lovely. So a little bit tough going on the shoulders there. I know the layers are going to start to come off now. I can feel everyone's getting a little bit warmer, which is really, really nice. We're going to do a reach and roll through here, starting with the arms at the side. So we still are standing pretty stationary. We're still thinking about the upper body, but we will move on to the hips and the lower portion as well. So reach your arms out nice and wide. You're going to grab one fist. We've done these before, but not for ages. Rotate the shoulder down to the floor and then reach through the other side. Tuck the chin, feel the length inside of your neck and the traps, and then uncurl it. Second side, squeeze the fist, rotate down, gaze into the floor, and then rotate back and out the other way. Good, lovely. You know, this one is so good if you've been doing pull-ups or anything like that at home, or a lot of body weight work, because it can take its toll on the forearms and on the wrist. It's a really good stretch for that often neglected part of the body, as well as the spine. It's still getting a little bit of work here, the shoulders opening. Good, reaching, rolling. Really imagine someone's pulling through your knuckles either way. Curling under from the fist. Curling back. This is 4. Again, it will start to be quite warm in the shoulders. 1 more each side. Twist and turn. Excellent. Nice. Last one. Reach. Roll. Very good. Okay, so definitely a little bit hot. I know it's hard work holding them up there. It's like those classes, right, where you're doing thousands of these. Except not quite so monotonous as that, which is good. Let's take it to the hips now. We're going to start with a little bit hamstring warm up the back of the legs, and then we'll move into some progressions from there with some standing cars as well. So I'm going to extend heel forward slightly. I'm going to push the hips back, exhale, and come to rise. Back, come to rise. Imagine you're just doing a simple hinge. So really simple, thinking hamstrings here and hips. Checking the hip position, you might have hands on the hips here. You might feel it in the calves more. Good, 1 more, and then we're going to evolve with this as we have been throughout the class. So eyes up, I'm going to push back, catch your opposite hand on the outside thigh, twist. Come back, and rise. Hips back, open twist. It's tough on the balance, come back, and 2 more. Maybe your hand is a little bit higher. Come back, rise 1 more time, push away, slide the hand down, open twist, and back up, and let's change sides. I'm going to show you both sides here, starting with that simple hamstring stretch there, hamstrings and hips, so a bit of flexibility. You can be mobile but stiff in your flexibility. That's kind of how I feel at the moment, and it can go the other way as well. You can have good hip, you can have good hamstring mobility, but be a little bit lacking in your joint mobility. So we're moving into that little twist here as well. What's important to remember is that muscles are a group. So as we change direction and position here through that twist, you'll probably feel a different part of the hamstring stretch. So again, a bit of flexibility. Challenge and open. Come back and rise. These videos will be made available on YouTube for you on our channel, so you can do them later. So open twist, in and rise. Excellent. But now with our standing cars, that looks like most of you are just finishing up there. Perfect. You might want to grab a hold of something if you're a little bit, if you find yourself a little bit unbalanced. These are quite tough. Just checking I'm not running over because I always get carried away in this class. So standing on 1 foot, we've got plenty of time luckily. Knee comes up, knee comes out, kick the heel around and move it behind. Good. And then in reverse. Knee back, knee up, round and down. And we're going to change sides. Find your weight, shift onto the other foot evenly. Knee up, knee out, heel back, full circular motion. Notice the effect that has on your low back. Back, knee to the side. Now you might find your balance is a bit worse on some days than others. Tiredness can make it hard to keep the balance. Good, nice, really nice, Lizzie, good. And stepping down. Change it. Knee, out, heel, and then rotate. So yeah, tiredness is one thing that can make it harder. Another thing is your hormone levels. As they change, you might find that that has a big sway as well, and changing. We tend to have better coordination around ovulation, so that can be quite a good time to start new programs, actually. And probably you could speculate the reason being because nature's like, you got things to do, girl. You need to be making them babies. So it kind of gives us better coordination. I'll take it, thanks nature. And then changing sides. And on the other side, the progesterone effect might be that you know, you kind of lose a bit of coordination there as your body's trying to save some energy. One more on each side. Knee out, heel up. Notice that one side necessarily feels stronger than the other. And reverse, back, round. Good, and changing. If you've got a stronger leg, it's normal that you've one stronger leg, which most of us do. It's normal that the hip is actually able to pull the knee out a little bit further too. So it might actually just be the strength differences there. Lovely. So stepping your feet nice and wide now. I'm going to aim to reach down and tap to the inside of my opposite heel, keeping it nice and light, thinking about your lateral lunge. If you can, grab the ankle, reach open to the side, come back, and let's change sides. Reach for the ankle, aim rib cage to thigh, reach open, and come back. So a deep hip opener. Lovely. And your difference with your Cossack is that with the toes lifted, which we're not doing right now, you probably feel it more in the hamstrings. Here we're thinking more adductors. And notice the difference as you aim to reach and rotate, that we get slightly deeper into the stretch with a bit of a twist. Reaching, lengthening, coming back. One more on each side. And last one. Reaching. Awesome, lovely. So I'm going to come deep now into my Cossack-ish stretch, and I'm going to take an open twist there, thinking about my low back and how they work with the hips too, especially when you're in a deep, deep movement. So toes lift. I'm going to come down if I can. Don't worry here about here, that's fine. And then I'm going to open reach. So either all the way down grabbing the ankle, or a little bit higher, weight on the knee and open twist to the side. And then swapping sides. Open reach, up and round, coming back. If you can, sweep across. Open reach, lovely. Feel that in the low back. It might be the chest that you're struggling with there. So just notice that, take note. That's normal right now, shoulders and chest. And coming across. And back. I know a lot of you are doing pull-ups and whatnot at home. That can make your back quite tight. Good, last one each way. So we work our way down the body as we usually do. Here we are at the hips and the lower portion of the spine. So hands to center, press the hips away. I'm going to get you to turn your toes in ever so slightly here for your forward fold. And then I'm going to open and reach with one arm and back the way. Nice little shoulder carve while we're here. We're not going to force these shoulder carves because we've already done a lot of shoulder work. We're just kind of going through the movement as we spend lots of time down here. So really we want to get into the hips by breathing, light bend and extending the knees perhaps. A bit of a distraction, these shoulder carves more than anything today. Notice the hips wanting to sway side to side. And last one each side, good. This is my last one here.
Lovely, perfect. Hop the feet in together and roll up your spine. As I said, working down our body for the most part there. Hopefully your hamstrings feel a little bit looser. We've had quite a lot of hamstring work in here today. And we're going to look at the feet now. So all the way down to the feet. I'm going to get you to stand your feet together and then slide one foot back until the toes are tucked underneath. From here, bending the back leg and straightening. So you can see I'm bending the back knee to stretch, pushing my feet into the floor and coming back. So I know everyone's been going for their long walks at the moment. I'm included in that because it's almost like a hinge, isn't it? And my feet today, after a long walk with a friend yesterday, I'm like, oh my God. Tight toes. Yes, they're real muscles around it. They do a lot for us. And I'm going to change the other way. Change onto the other side. So tuck in the toes. If you need to reset, feet together, slide back until the knees are both in line. And then light press back of the hips, light bend into the knees. Whatever feels good to get you really stretching out the toes. And I can feel already on this left side, which is my dominant side, much tighter. Lovely. You know what, especially if you're running and walking outside at the moment, because there's quite a lot to think about with your footing because it's icy and slidey. You know, it's no wonder that they're feeling extra tight, and obviously the cold as well. Lovely. So I'm coming back onto the first foot, and this time I'm going to tuck my toe the other way. I'm going to do the same movement to stretch my shin, pushing back, the shin in the front of the foot, coming up. Pushing back, coming up. Excellent. I'm not putting too much weight through the leg because it's quite an unusual stretch. Hopefully you do feel that down the front of the foot. We've been doing a lot of lower body work as well, step ups, and really focusing on the connection with your feet. You will get that little tightness running down the front, or any jumping work. Good, and changing sides. That was 8 reps. I'm sliding back, changing sides. Now let's see the difference here. Slight bend in the knee, slight hinge. Yeah, some love to the feet. That was my self-care last night, was putting a little bit of foot cream on. It's those small acts every day, just like coming to your mobility class, that really just are a sign that you love yourself, showed up for yourself. Couldn't think of a better person to love than yourself. Good. Lovely. 2 to go. That's what it's all about with this mobility. And you will see the difference in your workouts. Last one. And coming up. So we're going to take light rolls here of the toes, nice soft movements. Good, stretch them out. Excellent, really nice. Then coming onto your toes, you're going to take 3 breaths rising up onto them. So lengthen through the crown of your head, hands pulling down. Last bit of movement, and then we find some stillness. So inhale, rise up onto the tippy toes. Good, and coming down. So flexing the arcs of the feet, rising up for 2. Find your balance. So always when someone says find your balance, that you find you're not balanced. Last one. Inhale, rise up. And coming down.